This is another speech I'm doing for my comms class. It is a question of value persuasive speech, and my topic is the flaws of the American healthcare system. In the spring of my sophomore year of high school, following a minor cold, I developed a swelling in my neck. My family and I thought this to be something that would work itself out. We were wrong. Fast forward 1 week and I was in the ER being scheduled for a surgery within 12 hours to have a cyst removed from my neck. It was the sickest I have ever been, and I do not remember much of the experience. What I do remember, however, is the price tag for those medical bills. So, what causes these memorable prices? This seems to be a common question amongst Americans and amongst many of you, because my audience analysis revealed that 80% of you knew nothing or not much about our healthcare system. In this speech, I will argue that the U.S. healthcare system is expensive, inefficient, and immoral. I hope that you will exit with a better understanding of U.S. healthcare and its flaws. To begin, the U.S. healthcare system is expensive. The U.S. spends a substantially higher amount for healthcare in comparison to other developed nations. For example, the U.S. has twice the per capita spending than the average developed country. And in addition to that high per capita spending, premiums, the monthly payment one pays for their insurance, are already expensive and are estimated to increase in price from 45 to 57% over the next year, depending on which state you are in. Low-cost premiums only guarantee baseline coverage, so not everything will be covered. But high-cost, better insurance plans scale in price more under price hikes, so there really is no winning. This chart depicts our earlier per capita spending discussion, and as you can see, the U.S. is leaps and bounds ahead of almost every country, being 4.8% ahead of the closest, which is Switzerland, and it is double the OECD average, which is an average of developed nations. Now, one can make a plausible endorsement of our current system if the citizens of the U.S. received healthcare at a quality that is world-leading in accordance with the cost. However, that's not the case. This graph shows the results of extensive surveying and includes data from the World Health Organization and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. A quick look will reveal that the U.S. places 11th overall, which is last place, on the list with the worst efficiency and the worst cost-related problems. These numbers do not paint a picture of a system that is as world-leading as its cost. In addition, administrative costs, costs that are attributed towards the application of a service rather than the service itself, play a large part in the U.S. system's inefficiency. A study published in the Health Affairs Journal revealed that 25% of total hospital spending in the U.S. was administrative costs, the highest of the 8 developed nations studied. This is a common trend throughout all of the medical and health insurance industries. In this example, 1/4 of what someone pays has nothing to do with the care they receive. While stepping back and looking at the numbers is important in assessing the quality of a healthcare system, it is also important to understand the significance of the subject matter, health insurance. It is what people rely on to pay their medical bills and is what people rely on to take care of them when they are sick, which transitions us into our last point. The U.S. system is immoral. The high price of healthcare in the U.S. creates an environment in which people cannot afford to pay their medical bills. Medical bankruptcies are a consequence of the United States healthcare system. Hundreds of thousands of the bankruptcies that occur every year in the United States are caused by the inability to pay medical bills. The effects of a bankruptcy on a household can be massively damaging, but even more damaging is the fact that the same person filing for bankruptcy is most likely fighting through a terrible illness. A system in which a possibly deathly ill person has to file for a bankruptcy is not a moral system, nor should it be one that the U.S. accepts. Unfortunately, the evils of the system don't stop there. In 2009, a Harvard Medical School research study estimated that almost 45,000 people died in 2005 due to a lack of health insurance. While our legislation has changed since then to allow more people insurance, we still have upwards of 27 million people uninsured. Today, I discussed the extreme price of U.S. healthcare, the inefficiency of the healthcare system, and the moral pitfalls ingrained into the system. I hope that my speech has informed you on the U.S. healthcare system as well as convinced you that it is unacceptable. My high school economics teacher had a joke that is relevant to this topic. He said that there were 2 rules for being middle class or lower class in America. Rule 1, don't lose your job. Rule 2, don't get sick. Essentially, don't lose your job or you will run out of money. And don't get sick or you will run out of money. What is interesting about the truth in that joke is that getting sick is a condition for panic in America, even if you are employed. I believe that it should be the goal of the U.S. to remove the second rule from that list, which will be the subject matter of my next speech. Thank you.